Presented by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Temperatures still remain pretty mild on this Friday night. A lot of us are in the middle and upper 30s. 38 in Jacksonville, 36 in Springfield, 36 also in Pontiac, 37 in Mattoon. It is 31 in Effingham, 32 in Paris, as well as in Petersburg, but it's 34 here in Champaign with cloud cover. As we take a look at our Bratcher weather camera in Champaign on our Roofing Dog iNet. Winds are out of the southeast, pretty light, under 10 miles an hour. Should not be much of an issue overnight tonight or really for the day tomorrow either. We'll probably start off with a bit of fog for our Saturday, but then after that, we've got a lot of sunshine expected, and temperatures will be into the upper 30s as well as even some lower and middle 40s as well. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
An officer's facing charges for misconduct. Will tell you what he's accused of doing.
It's only right to be respectful and honor him.
Plus, an officer who was killed off duty is returning to Illinois tonight. Why his family won't be alone when they bring him home. Questions remain regarding recreational marijuana, what you need to know.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini. Jessica's off tonight. A U of I police officer was arrested for official misconduct. Gerald Sandage turned himself in today. He's accused of misusing law enforcement databases and security cameras to get personal information about women on and off the U of I campus. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is here. So, Jennifer, police say this went on for an extended period of time.
Paul, the accusation of misconduct spans from February 2017 until January of 2018. In that time, police made discoveries that are now being released. U of I police provided a timeline of what has happened during the investigation into Officer Gerald Sandage. In September 2018, he was placed on administrative leave when he was accused of sexually assaulting a woman. She says it happened off campus while he was off duty. The case was handed over to state police. In January this year, the state's attorney was given the information discovered in the investigation. Following that, in September, a second woman reported that Sandage sexually assaulted her in 2012. In October, both victims declined to be involved any further in the investigation, and no charges have been filed in those cases. While doing an internal investigation, police discovered evidence that Sandage misused law enforcement resources, including photos of women they believe were taken without their consent. This month, after reviewing the police reports, the Champaign County State's Attorney found there was enough evidence to file criminal charges of official misconduct. A statement from the U of I police chief says, in part, quote, Officer Sandage violated his oath of office, and he violated the trust that members of the public put in police officers to keep them safe. This is totally unacceptable, and it is something that will never be tolerated at the University of Illinois Police Department, end quote. UI police say they are providing resources to help the victims who have come forward. Officials are still investigating and are not ruling out the possibility of more victims. Police are encouraging anyone with information on Sandage's conduct to call the U of I Police Department. In the newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jennifer, thanks for that update. A woman is suing two Champaign County Sheriff's deputies for a pat-down she says was highly intrusive. It started when Wylisha Ayers was pulled over in Champaign in May. Deputy Corey Christensen pulled her over. Deputy Corey Floyd later joined him. During that pat-down, the lawsuit claims Deputy Christensen touched and rubbed her lower female private area improperly. We reached out to the sheriff's office for comment. It did not have one. We have a follow-up from earlier this week. The body of a Phoenix police officer is being brought home tonight. 25-year-old Blake Newman died after losing control of his motorcycle while off duty. Both the Clinton police chief and the DeWitt County sheriff will be providing an escort to bring Newman back to Clinton to be buried. Newman graduated from Clinton High School in 2013. He served as a Marine for 5 years and then became a Phoenix police officer for the past year. Tonight will be a way for his fellow law enforcement officers to pay him respect.
This kid had been on the department for a year, was just at the beginning of his career, and he had a lot of good things going for him, and from everything I understand, he was a great police officer, and it's only right to be respectful and honor him for the things that he done for our country and for his community in Arizona, not to mention the things that he did growing up here.
Police and deputies, along with Calvert Funeral Home, will drive to the Indianapolis International Airport for reception. His visitation will be at Calvert Funeral Home in Clinton on Sunday from 3 to 6. The funeral will be Monday at the First Christian Church at 11 a.m. New at 10, one person was airlifted to the hospital tonight after a crash between a car and semi. It happened on I-57 just south of Effingham. State police say both vehicles were going north when the car was trying to pass the semi. The truck's trailer hit the side of the car, which caused it to cross over both lanes of I-57 southbound. It continued into the ditch where it hit several trees. The car's driver was flown to the hospital with severe injuries. A 3-year-old passenger was taken by ambulance but is expected to be okay. A man's in custody after a chase spanning several cities last night. Started in Paxton just after 10. Officers tried to pull over 39-year-old Nathaniel Robinson for speeding. They say he took off westbound on Route 9. He eventually slid into a ditch near Gibson City, then got out and started running. A passenger in the car told police who he was. He was arrested several hours later in Sibley. One person was taken to the hospital after driving their car into a church in Springfield. It happened at Korean United Presbyterian on Sangamon Avenue and Piper Street. Police said the person had a medical emergency that caused them to leave the road and enter the sanctuary of the church. The car took out pews and the altar. The driver's okay after his semi turned over and fell into a pond. It happened on Lake of the Woods Road near Tin Cup Road in Mahomet. Police say the driver lost control of his truck coming down the hill. He drove into someone's yard and turned over in their pond. The cab fell on the passenger side and the driver was able to climb out. Officers say it's a reminder for people to pay attention.
This road, people have a tendency to go a little too fast sometimes, so we do spend a lot of time up here running radar and trying to slow people down.
That stretch of road had to be blocked for at least an hour for that truck to be towed. A 10-year-old who was shot earlier this month continues to recover in the hospital, and his mom says he's getting better every day. Takari Roberts' family says he was walking to his bedroom when a bullet went through the house and hit him in the chest. Boys to Men, a youth mentoring program in Champaign, dropped in to visit Roberts at the hospital last night. They delivered get well cards from boys in the program. Roberts' mom posted this picture on Facebook, along with a caption reading, "Let his journey begin." One person was sent to the hospital after a house fire in Springfield. It's happened at the corner of Walnut and Lawrence just before 11:30 this morning. Firefighters say smoke was coming out of the home when they arrived. After searching the house, they found a man suffering from smoke inhalation. It took crews almost 2 hours to put the fire out.
There is no damage to the surrounding structures. They do have the fire under control at this time. However, they're in overhaul mode.
Fire department is still investigating what caused that fire. Marijuana will be legal in less than 2 weeks in Illinois, but questions remain about where it can be used. It won't be allowed in public places, meaning somewhere where you can be seen by others or any state or city-owned property. But you can smoke it at dispensaries, and if you are on your own property, that would include your front porch. Now, while some agree public consumption should be limited, they're unsure why that couldn't be different based on the form of marijuana you're using.
I don't think would be a problem because there's no smoke going into the air, no stench or anything like that. So I mean, edibles, no one would really even know what you're eating that way.
Using while driving, of course, is illegal, but you can legally take marijuana in your car from a dispensary. Working similarly to alcohol, you just have to have it in the proper packaging. New tonight at 10, a land agreement for the sports complex in Rantoul has been reached. The village will first lease and then later purchase 65 acres of land near I-57. It'll cost a total of $870,000. The village is already working with sports organizations to fill dates in 2021 for that complex. We have more information about all of this at WCIA.com. From the big screen to real life, how one organization is hoping you'll take cats home, literally. Plus, it's a different way to help veterans cope with PTSD, how one group is doing it with horses. And bragging rights for the Illinois men's basketball game is tomorrow night, but tonight, women's basketball hit the court, taking their shot first.